1, 2, 3. Perfect. Hey everyone, my name is Benjamin. I'm the co-founder of Spotlite, and today I'm joined by a longtime friend, finally in Thailand at the same time as me.
Hi, I'm Andrei Suleik from the Philippines.
So Andrei is a top photographer in the Philippines. It's really, really nice to have you on. I think now that we're starting to open up the platform to creatives in 2025, I'd love to kind of get some inspiration and understanding of like that journey, getting into creative arts, photography, and how you broke in, and then how you kind of found your eye and your vision. Because I know every photographer kind of has their own theory or philosophy on how they capture images, right? Okay, so maybe we can start at the beginning, because I know you used to work initially as a videographer, right?
No, I was an intern for at least 2 years for film because I thought I was going to be a filmmaker or like a DOP, like a cinematographer, basically.
Okay.
And then I was tasked to do like a behind the scenes like video shoot for a magazine cover. And then after shooting it, I didn't know anything about the camera. I just had to shoot it. After that,
So wait, how did you get the job?
the assistant director for the film asked me to do the behind the scenes like video shoot for the magazine cover. And then I just said yes because I'm young. I'm a student.
Yeah.
I just need to say yes. I want to enter the industry basically. I don't know. The producer of the magazine after the shoot just asked if do I have Instagram and if I shoot or like do photography. And I just said yes. You know, fake it till you make it. I just say yes. And then I think I shot for the magazine for like several times, but just the insides of the magazine, like small parts of it, like maybe 1/4 of like the whole page. I mean, that's a start.
Yeah.
And then that was the time when I started going out, like nightlife, like going to clubs, bars. And that's where you meet your like friends.
Yeah.
And like Manila is very small because I'm from Manila, right? So the industry is small and big. But when you live in Manila, the world becomes smaller. So you know each other, you know?
Very like close community.
Yeah, you've been there, you know,
Yes,
right?
I
That's
have,
where we
yes.
met.
Yeah.
Right? Going out, I met like musicians and then actors, basically celebrities. And then you become friends with them. You just have to be like real. Your natural you, right? Authentic. Just kidding. Yeah. So I did that. And then I met the actors. And that was the start of Instagram. And
really?
this specific actor, who is my now best friend, we met in a club. And then that was the time of Instagram where people started to like create content. And then she does a lot of her content. So she wanted me to take her pictures. And then she starts to post it on Instagram and she tags me. And then people started to know about me. Like that's like the very casual marketing.
Yeah, you guys kind of
like,
grew up in
yeah.
the same timeline, right?
I mean, she's there already, you know what I mean? But she basically sold me to the industry like slowly and in a very subtle way by tagging me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Basically social media. And I'm self-taught, but
so you never like, because I think it's
no
like
workshops, no anything. It's more of our generation's like internet, you know?
Yeah, like I thought the typical process to get into like fashion photography or commercial photography, it was like you go intern at a studio, like kind of the assistant to the photographer.
I never did that because I was already booked as a photographer. So I'm like, fuck. Every time they book me, of course I study like what am I gonna shoot? Is it sports? Is it fashion? And I try to Google. I was like, I once like shot like a rugby team playing. So these are moving subjects. I'm like, fuck, Google. Like, what is the camera settings for sports?
Yeah.
And then shutter speed, high, aperture, this,
So
that.
you didn't have like any, what do you call it, like traditional training in like
No,
how to
but
use a camera?
I graduated communication. I've learned all the stuff that I know about photography in the Philippines, you know what I mean? Or like in the internet basically. But I am the type of person that I want to do like application more than just reading and researching. I mean, I can research, but I need to apply it to know like if it really works or not.
So how did you learn how to set up like lighting and all of that stuff?
I was fortunate to have friends in the industry who were already there before me, maybe 10 years before me, 10 more or less, I don't know. Of course, they're older than me, and you know how Filipinos are nice. So I just asked them
Very
like,
hospitable.
can I borrow your light? And then how should I do this? How should I work like these lights? What are the measurements? Or like what's the setup basically? And then they teach me, and the rest, like, of course I can't really ask everything, you know. So they give me the basics, and then I just work on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So like, then do you feel like you really only have like this background knowledge of how to run a studio the way it's done in the Philippines, as opposed to, you know, maybe somewhere like Korea or Thailand? Because I know every market kind of does it differently, right?
That's why I want to like study in another country to adapt like how they do it there. Because in, like, for example, I heard like here in Thailand, my friend shot here. So first layout they shoot, second layout they have to change. They have 15 minutes. After they did change hair and makeup, they went outside the studio, and the studio setup was different already.
Oh, really?
So that's fast.
Super fast.
Like in other places, you change your hair and makeup, and then you have some chats, you eat snacks, and then maybe after an hour you go out again for the second layout, which is a bit slow.
Yeah. I mean, that's if you're shooting campaign though, or like a bigger project,
but
right?
that's like where I grew up, like the environment. So I want to see how
lucky you.
How I want to see how the others do it in other countries. Like,
but do you really want to shoot like e-com or like, you know, something where you're shooting 40 looks or 50 looks, and it's not so much about like that creative design of like the set. It's more so like how many can we get done? And
that's like it's an easy shoot. Like I want to do that if I don't want to be that creative. But like the client understands. That's why he put like 50 outfits in one day.
Yeah.
Because she just needs a picture. Diba? It's not like give me something like award winning. Like, you know what I mean? So it's all different anyways.
So I guess what would be interesting for, you know, other creatives, not only here or in Korea, whoever's watching this, creative artists in general, is how do you find, or how do you think you've developed your own eye to seeing things? Because I know this is super important for photographers. Like everybody has their own way of shooting, you know, that could be pace or like communication with talent.
Sure. Maybe also I studied communication, right? So it kind of helped to like know your subject.
Yeah.
Because you need to like you need to talk to them before you're shooting with them, or else it's just gonna feel like work. Yeah. But sometimes you can't really like try and be friends with them, because what if they're not in the mood or whatever? So you just have to shoot them. I mean, still part of the communication. If like the other party does not respond, then just do whatever. You know what I mean? Just do the work. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like creating stuff, what I tell like photographers or like young photographers about like how I found like my eye or whatever, is like you just need to keep on shooting. At first I didn't know what like my brand was until people started to like know that was my picture. Like, I think this is you. Yeah. Or
so
like,
what do you think it is that they see or that you put out into the public or the world in general that is like, those are the markers that are like it's an Andrei shot this?
I don't know. I don't want it to come from me. You know what I mean?
But I mean, it comes
what
from
I
you.
heard from them is like portraits. Like this crop. Yeah. Like this crop portrait is what I feel like I like doing best. Basically portraits and people. I can shoot the product, but I like shooting people more because I get creative. I can play with like them. And I still try to like shoot everything. But if it's not work, I'd shoot you up to here. Yeah. You know, portraits, and that the eye.
Do you think it's because people can show so much expression from here versus below?
Yeah, if you're not moving the whole face, the eyes will like speak for itself, you know. even if you don't smile, like,
Mm.
because your eyes can smile as well.
Mm.
Yeah. I think that's like what I do best, like personally.
And what about like when you have the ability to, control a project where you can select the talent, or like maybe it's a creative work where it's just
Yeah.
for your portfolio and theirs. How do you go about that process of like finding maybe new models that you want to do
Yeah.
a test with, or whoever? Like,
Yeah.
what's the key points that you're looking for when you're trying to find that silhouette or
Yeah.
whoever is going to be
I
in your
think
photo?
for me it's two things. Like if it's like for work, if the client asks you, then there's trust between you guys, because he or she will ask like, who do you think will like look best for this brand?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other naman for the test shoot, I used to like do like play shoots with a lot of like people. Doesn't have to
Play
be a model or whatever.
play
Um,
shoots? What do you mean?
Test shoots,
Test shoot,
basically,
test shoot.
like just random shoots.
Mm-hmm.
Before I just shoot anyone, because why not, right? Now I also want to know your vision if we do a test shoot. For example, like your model, like, okay, what do you want to do? It's not just me. It's like both of us, because I don't want to waste time, because
Yeah.
like we'd be uh calling like makeup and hair, and all these people would want to collaborate with you. So it's a collaboration thing. It's
Yeah.
a team. So, but if you don't show me interest, you just wanted to be shot, then it feels like I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what about like visually? Like if you have the choice to go like pick a face, are you looking for
Oh.
somebody that's like has really unique features, maybe like high fashion, kind of avant-garde, or somebody more
It
commercial?
depends really, but I want there's like you have this commercial looking person.
Mm.
You have like avant-garde, you have like the runway models. Maybe I'd go for like a person who can smile and look charming, and who can do fierce and just like poker face, because that person can do a lot for you.
I also saw you did a big speech and talk at Cosmo, and I thought the title of like your talk was really interesting, because I think
That was years ago.
yeah, but I really like that mentality of it's not about the equipment, it's about the person or the people involved. So like why do you feel that you don't necessarily need like, because the talk was 50% 60% in Tagalog, so
Oh, you saw it?
so at certain points it dropped off and I couldn't understand.
And I was cursing. So
so like what is that like philosophy like why you believe it's you, not the camera?
That was a topic that was sent to me. Like, can you tell them about like let's say what camera to use, or like does it have to be expensive or not? Like if you just want to shoot, like a hobbyist or like any person who wants to shoot, basically. Because of these brands coming out, so people think that they need to have like expensive stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was starting, I was just borrowing a camera from my friend, because she was a filmmaker, so I didn't have a camera because it was expensive.
Yeah.
That didn't matter to me, like, because I mean the price or the brand didn't matter to me, because I just needed the camera to shoot. I mean, that's where I learned it. So you don't need like an expensive camera to shoot, because we had phones before for Instagram. When Instagram started, we were doing street photography, right?
Yeah.
Like just doing photo walks, and you're just using your phone, but you're having fun already, and then you're posting it. But now that I'm working, of course, I need like a high quality camera to for the output, because like it's gonna be on print, it's gonna be on billboards, it's gonna be like a really big picture. So that's when it becomes technical, that you need to like get like this camera.
But for creatives, like maybe just starting to explore
any
photography,
camera, actually, because the phone cameras now are like something else, right?
yeah,
They like, let's say the Android phones, they collaborate with like all these like lenses. I just don't know what the name of the lenses are, but like you can see it when you flip the phone, it says like the lens is from
Zeiss
this.
lens or something, right?
like that. Yeah. So it's nice. And like I think the brands, the phone brands are pushing for like better camera photos, you know. So you
Yeah.
don't have to have your camera with you. You just need like this phone to shoot.
And then, so I know I'm jumping back a little bit,
Yeah.
but I really want to like extract as much information as I can to provide to like the next generation of creative artists or photographers. So I know your like introduction and kind of like journey through the beginning stage was a little maybe non-typical, but now given that like you believe that anybody can just take a phone camera and go out there and start shooting stuff, how would you kind of suggest for new creatives in the industry to get exposed into the paid side of commercial photography? Like, so they go out, they start.
But it's already happening now with content creators, right?
That's true, actually. Yeah.
So I think you just have to create, have your own identity, and then just like publish it to the world, and someone will pick it up. What you can also do is like the traditional way of like pitching. You know, as an agency, you have to pitch to get this project.
Yeah.
And that's nice also. Some people are shy to do that, to like, let's say, pitch for a brand, like, I can do this for you. I mean, just email, you know what I mean? Just
Okay, so
tell
then
them.
let's stop there because I want to explore this. So like when you are pitching to a client, how do you approach it?
Mine happened naturally because I'm a creative. I don't know how to do business, like pitching and stuff. So the picture spoke for itself. You know what I mean? Oh, that sounded so. The pictures.
Put it on a t-shirt. That was actually really.
I mean,
good.
that's because maybe I was in. We are millennials, so it was still a bit of like the traditional way of like the clients see your pictures and they like it and they contact you. But now, because everyone can be a photographer after they buy a camera, it's a competition really, and the other generation has more energy into like content creation, and that's what brands need.
Do you ever have like a struggle trying to maybe inject like your own vision of how you think like maybe this product should be represented or like how I should shoot something versus like what the brand wants, and then that kind of clash between I know it's going to look really good if we do it this way, but they're very against it?
Yeah. Okay, so when I enter the studio, I make them feel like we're gonna work together or we're working together. I won't enter the studio like giving you the energy that
A diva energy.
not the diva energy. I'm not gonna give you the energy that I am just gonna shoot for you. Like, because it will reflect my photos. You know what I mean? So
How so?
they don't see it, but like personally, because that's your photo, so you see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is not good. Like, you know it. When it's not on my feed, then I could have done better. You know what I mean? But sometimes, for example, if it's like a lot already happening in the studio, you just want to finish the work. You know what I mean? But still, you need to like remember while you're doing your job, right? If the client maybe is a bit like stubborn and maybe they believe that this should be it, then just
Do it.
do it because that's the client, you know what I mean? But just let them know you're working together. You're not just like a slave that they are paying, because they chose you to shoot for the brand, right? So they should remember that it's a collaboration. But that's basically like the term, like the perfect term is collaboration, you know?
Have you ever had like an issue where a brand was like, okay, like we want you to shoot it this way, like this reference? Because, you know, as a model, I've had so many clients that are like, do this pose or this, like this energy, exact references. And I'm like, well, we can create something similar, but unique to this brand, not
well,
this exact pose, you know?
that I have a case like that, but it didn't. I wasn't shooting it. I was on it. I have a project with another brand that I had to film myself, and then, well, I agree with the brand why they chose that, because I have two versions. So I had to shoot something for a brand, and I looked funny there, and then I made another version because I said, "Shit, I look so funny." And
funny as in
it's
like
for
what?
us, like personally I am funny, like diba, when I'm with friends,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But it was gonna be on like the social media platforms, my face. So I shot it again, like a bit professionally, non-shaky, camera movements, tripod, a bit more professional looking. It shows the the more human side, you know
Oh, that's
what I mean? But
cool.
like I was like so shy, but then they really wanted that video, and then I just said yes.
Because I think it comes across to the audience probably as more genuine, right? Like more
Yeah,
relatable.
I understand because I get stiff when I'm in front of a camera because I am not like a model, not an actor, whatever. And but I'm really fun when I'm like behind the scenes, you know what I mean? But I actually sent a letter like, this is why I don't want to post this. It's like a formal letter. I really said it. I was like, shit, can you send it to the brand? Because I am really not comfortable. And
Oh,
the
really?
first thing is, why did I send it? Right? Because I don't know why. Because I had to send it. But it was like a nice video. I'm gonna show it to you later. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
tell
okay, we're gonna cue it right
No.
here. Insert video.
I have a lot of videos now on Instagram, so they won't know what that video is.
I think I know
No.
which one, but I don't think I've seen that video. Maybe I'm gonna have to go scroll.
I have
through.
like the other version with me, but since I had like great feedbacks from that video, that's why I understood that it was better.
How do you go about like maintaining that relationship with the brand? Because I know that's super important, you know, kind of developing that network of, because that's who's going to pay you to do your job, right?
Yeah.
So after maybe you've done that first shoot, like how much flexibility do you give clients? Because I know sometimes people are very demanding in terms of like retouching, more edits, more deliverables, more everything. And then sometimes there can be like a line of, okay, well, like I agreed to do this, but you know, I do have to protect this relationship for like long term.
Yeah. If they need this and they ask for more, I give it to them. But there's a limit. You know what I mean? But when I talk to them, I still try to be a friend. You know what I mean? I mean, it's professional still. But I still try to be a friend for you to understand like what's happening. Because we are creatives, they're not. So they don't really understand how this is happening. For example, if you shoot like a non-celebrity client, takes a long time to shoot.
What do you mean?
Like, because they don't know what they look like. They don't know how to pose. They don't know. That's why you need to direct them. And when they see the photo, sometimes they feel uncomfortable that they don't look their best, but they already look their best. So that's where the communication comes in, that you have to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But for like, let's say celebrities, if you shoot them, it's so fast. They just want to be done with it. You know what I mean? So I think that's the difference. Did I answer your...
I can't even remember my question.
Exactly. I don't even remember the question. I said a lot. What did you ask me?
Okay, so I know now like a lot of your professional work now is working with celebrity and kind of like more higher tier, like 1% of that entertainment world. Do you enjoy spending most of your time kind of working with like, these really high profile talents just because you can do things so quick? But I think at some level there is some restriction in terms of creativity because, you know, they have a very specific image they need to protect and those kind of things. So maybe you can't be as free.
Yeah. You know what? For like, let's say Tier 1 or like the superstars or like the famous celebrities, they are the ones who are very free.
Oh, really?
Compared to like the new celebrities.
Because they're already established, right?
So they're already established, and then authenticity sells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were already there when they needed to pretend to be somebody else, and it sold. And now that it's sold, you get more chance to be yourself because you've proven something already that you can do this. You know what I mean? That's why I think this generation is also nice because the authenticity sells. But sometimes for like the younger or like new
rising stars,
the rising stars, they are the ones who are like a bit more like
conservative.
Not even conservative, like Maybe some act like divas, or maybe some act like they wanna have this image.
So in your experience, like you found working with like the top tier, like the S tier, is always like maybe the most down to earth.
For me, yeah.
Really?
Down
That's
to
cool.
earth, fast. You know what I mean? Because they already know what to do. They know what they like.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important. Sometimes work becomes longer or like takes a lot of time because you don't know what you like. But if you're a person who already knows, or like you've like organized everything that you want to shoot today, so that's way faster. And then I think that's how it should be, right?
Do you have like a standout shoot that you've done with maybe like an S tier person that's like, oh my gosh, from the second I stepped on set or we started working, it was just like so good. The vibe was good. The results were good.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everything was just flow state.
Yeah. Because for example, when I shoot like anyone, I like it when I enter the studio, like I'm nervous.
Oh, why?
Because it means I'm still into it. You know what I mean? Like I still like what I'm doing. Because if I enter and I just want to be done with it, then that's something else. Like I think you need to change your career because you're like lazy now. You don't want it anymore. You're like, you don't like what's the term? You don't
Not
look
hungry,
forward,
right?
Yeah, you have to look forward to like every day when you want to shoot or whatever.
Okay, so then where do you draw like new inspiration to keep shooting, or like, because I'm sure at some point, I know this happens with anybody working any job, there is a point where you're kind of like, I'm doing the same thing. Like, how do you draw like new inspiration to, okay, I want to shoot with that person. I want to shoot something I've never done before, or
like get inspiration really from my friends, you know, and I mean, creatively from my friends and from my surroundings, basically. That's why I like traveling, because I see other stuff. Because like when you stay like in one place, it's just all like repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is done by my friend. This is the same look as this and that. So when you travel or you go to another place, like unfamiliar environment, that's where you get inspiration. And like, oh, I can do this, but I can change it to become better.
Yeah.
You know? But if I don't travel and I'm just like in the Philippines, I just try to like shoot like randomly like stuff and see what comes up. Because where else am I gonna get inspiration? But also the internet, like we have Pinterest and everything. The thing is like you save all these like pins, these boards, and then you try to recreate something. Because you can copy, but you can never copy like the exact thing. You can even recreate a photo that you just took.
Yeah.
Because that's another photo, right?
So is there any market that's like you've seen the works that have been coming out of there and you're like really drawn to, like you want to go there, learn how they shoot, work in that market for a little bit?
I think the magazine covers that I see like abroad,
like where, like Europe, US?
Yeah, Europe, US, or even like UAE.
Oh, really?
Because sometimes their covers are like very dramatic. You know what I mean? Like grand, like but very dramatic. They might be wearing like all these like big ass gowns, but they shot like in the forest or like in the river, but not like a cheesy like stand up in the river with the gown flowing. But
it's done well.
It's done well. It's dark,
like with some purpose, not just like, hey, put this on and go.
Because there was like a story behind it. You know what I mean? Like for example, this cover where she was wearing a gown but it looked like trash, but it was so elegant. So apparently, it was about like sustainability and like fast fashion, something like that. So I want something like that. Maybe that's what I want to do more, because I can just shoot anyone. You know?
Yeah.
Like shoot anyone anytime, but having a story behind it is something else.
Is there anybody you haven't worked with in the Philippines that you're still like really hungry or like looking to collaborate with?
Maybe my my friends who I haven't shot yet. I want to collaborate with them, but I don't know when.
Okay, so sorry, that question was just like right on the front of my brain, but I do want to jump back like half a second. So storytelling, I think, is super, super important in creative arts, you know, both on that side of the camera and on this side of the camera. So when you have maybe a project that you can control or you have more flexibility, how do you kind of develop that story from beginning to end where it's, you know, you only have a photo, but it's communicated really well to the audience?
Okay, I'm really not the best person when it comes to like finding a story or creating a story, but I try my best to execute the story properly, like for the audience and for ourselves, the creatives who want to do it. Because, not because, it's like I want to collaborate with creative directors because I may be creative, but like having like others join the team makes it more creative for me because I get
Different perspectives and stuff,
different
right?
perspective, and I also get inspiration from them where they're coming from. Like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. I didn't even like think about like doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where you like create something like new and
Fresh.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you would like really like who's your top 3 that you want to go and collaborate with? Could be a stylist, a set designer, a creative director. It could be
For sure, like a creative director. Who else? I think all those 3 that you said, the creative director and the stylist who will try to like create it for us as well. The hair and makeup.
It's super important.
Basically the behind the scenes, the glam team. And of course the subject.
Yeah.
Because the subject needs to like execute that properly as well.
Yeah.
And he or she needs to know what the story is because he or she is the medium, diba? That's gonna be seen or like used to like tell the story.
How do you find like because I know you talked a lot about like creating this like really friendly kind of neutral atmosphere when you're on set. How do you find like overcoming some like difficulty communicating that story so that the talent or whoever's the medium can express that into the camera or into the lens, right?
Well, sometimes if that happens, I tend to go to the creative director and the client. Like, what's our solution? If it doesn't work, we'll try to make it work. But if it really doesn't work, we need to move on. I mean, that's what we usually do. Because let's say you have 2 talents, 2 models.
Yeah.
They need to be in one picture, but they're of different heights, different shapes and stuff. Solo photo, they really look good. But when you put them together in one photo and it doesn't look nice, okay, I'll take a few photos.
Yeah.
Since that's the layout we need. But if it doesn't really work, we need to move on. Because it's not just me. It's the client and like the whole behind the scenes team. It's the team. It's the brand's team who will actually tell you to just like take some photos. If it doesn't work, at least we have some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm not gonna dwell on that layout because we have
limited time is
running,
right? Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Okay, so I want to kind of do a little bit of a split here. So I know it's kind of like a hot topic, at least the last couple of years, is AI now is kind of taking over everything, right? Like, and it's now bleeding into creative arts, right? Where, you know, images are coming out left and right from brands, either using them for commercial purposes or people just putting out creative works. How do you feel about like, you know, this technology coming into creative arts where it's, you know, you're not really so involved with creating the image. You might write an interesting prompt, but
I mean,
do you think it's positive or negative for the industry?
It's both. It's positive and positive and negative. It's negative if it's not used properly. It's positive if it's used properly and done well. I think I had this discussion with a friend, like, you use AI to help, but not to like produce all like the total
image itself. Do you think there will be a period now that a lot of people are just using like AI or something because it's cost effective? Or do you think...
I think I've seen some campaigns in abroad like who used AI.
No, but I mean, like, do you think there will be like a period where it becomes like the dominant versus
Not
building a
sure.
team and
Because like to create something with AI, you still need like humans, right?
No. Oh, well, you need
Like
somebody to write the.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the positive side of this is like we have AI, but like the creators, like the creatives, also really doesn't fully like support because they still want to work with each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like for example, in the Philippines, there's not much AI produced like campaigns or whatever because you still want to support creatives. You still want to give them jobs and everything else. If you like use AI fully, also your audience wouldn't really support you because they know what was behind it. No
Yeah.
one was behind it, just
Yeah.
AI. You know what I mean? So I think it's nice to know that people support AI, but they support creatives more than having the AIs. You know?
I think it's also too like the brand wants to like put their own DNA into the actual physical work that's
Yeah.
going on versus, generate a prompt. Okay, generate a new prompt. Generate
Yeah.
another one. Generate another one until they finally feel like, okay, this is
Yeah.
suitable, but maybe not like really expressing like their
Yeah.
brand, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I also wanted to take some time to talk about Friend.
Yeah.
Because not only are you a photographer, you are also a brand owner. So let's walk through like what inspired you to start producing your own clothes. By the way, shop Friend, link here, link down there.
We have Friend here, the bag, and that one.
This is like a TV live shopping. Okay, so we only have 22 items left. Top price.
One left.
Chinese New Year special.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, Friends started during the pandemic when I wasn't doing anything because we can't go outside the houses, right? So I was like, my savings weren't moving. I was like, what should I do? I keep on drinking. I was like, I'm just spending money for alcohol, but like, and then I was like, I think I should create something that I like, that I use, so at least it's like still authentic to me and I can sell it, and I know how to sell it because that's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought of making like tote bags. Not just a regular tote bag, but like tote bag is made of wax canvas. So it's more durable. And then I made it like extra large for us creators. When you go to shoots, we can just put everything inside.
Yeah.
And that it sold actually. I think that was like 2021, around 2021 to 2022 when they lifted the lockdown in the Philippines. So when I started doing that, there was like a really positive response from the people because they knew they wanted the bag because it's like functional and they can relate to why I made the bag, which is the story, the sold story. Yeah. So I made like bags, and then after that I made like more bags like your bag. I think that's the second bag that I made, or the third.
Yeah. This one I love.
Yeah,
And
that's the smallest bag I have. Yeah.
the gray tote that you gave us too, like best beach bag like
right.
ever.
Yeah, and then it's like I try to make it as minimalist as possible so we can just wear it every day and could be a classic like piece that you can keep forever. You know?
Do you shoot all of the Friend product stuff yourself, or
because I don't want to pay anyone. I mean, I can shoot it. I have the lights at home. I have the studio and stuff, so I can shoot the bags anytime. It's just hard to like do it by myself because like I have to shoot it and then I have to change the bag. You know what I mean? I have to like hang the bag for it to like be shown properly in the photo. But I can still have help. But like I like working by myself because not that I take my own time, but like at least I am in my own face. So I can watch TV and then shoot again.
do you think like if the brand gets to a point where you maybe don't have time to actually shoot the product, what would it be like for you to give that trust to another photographer? Because obviously,
well, I have to be there when they shoot it, or it takes like great trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is going back to what I was asking earlier, like how do you think now, as the client, you would feel giving them some more flexibility or freedom?
You know what? I've done like maybe not a few like collaborations with other artists for friend. I have this vision, but I don't know why it seems like they said yes, but like the output wasn't like the one that I was expecting.
Okay.
For example, Friend is a very chill brand,
Yeah.
like laid back. Bring the bag to the beach, bring the bag to the city. It's still nice, you know what I mean? Like I say, surf and skate. I'm not a surfer, I'm not a skater, but I want the brand to be like that. The pictures to be like film-ish. Like when you scroll through the page, I want you to feel like shit. I want a film photo. I want to be at the beach with that bag.
Yeah.
I want to look like that, something like that. But they tend to like become really stiff. Maybe I'm not sure. Do I sound intimidating when I like try to give them points and like how to do this? But that is like what we need to learn when it comes to collaborations. You know what I mean? You don't get it the first time, but the second time or third, maybe we'll have like the not the perfect vision, or but like at least we tried to execute it.
Well, it takes time to build like that
Yeah.
chemistry, right?
Yeah, because there's no chemistry.
Yeah.
There has to be chemistry. And sometimes for you as a creative, if you're given a job, you try to do as much as you can to like impress your client. And then sometimes it becomes too much.
Yeah.
Like for example, when I edit photos, like, do you want it to be super clean? Do you want it to look like you or not like you? So sometimes we overdo it. That's why the communication comes in, because I have to tell you, okay, I'm gonna edit it how I want it, and then let me know what to adjust. You have to tell them instead of like just sending the picture and then like, what if they don't like it? They'd be like, oh no, what did you do with the photo? But since I told you like, let me know what to adjust, then you're not really gonna get mad when you see the photo, because we still have some adjustments to do.
Yeah.
You know, but me as a client, I am very chill, but I have a lot in my head that I don't like say. But I'm also nice, like, can you change this? I'll give you more time. Don't rush. Like I tell them to like draw something as if you are that person, something like that. Like I try to make the creatives feel like they're part of the brand, so they don't get intimidated.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes when like they know they're getting paid, they try to do again.
Yeah, well, once money gets involved,
Yeah.
everything changes. The mood changes, the
Yeah.
atmosphere, you know? Like, people are more like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like, okay, like, I gotta be on time. I gotta do
Chill.
this, and then...
That's what I learned from a friend actually here from Thailand.
Did they tell you to be more sabay?
No, because I don't even know what that means.
No, it's
What's
like
that?
chill.
No, I was chill, and then she saw
Are you sure?
like I don't know. And then she saw how I was handling things. Like, yeah, sure, I'll wait for it. Yeah. What time are you gonna send this? Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Just take your time. And then she's like, no, you have to like be a bit sometimes demanding, because you have been waiting for a while. You know, so you have to like say, this is the deadline. This is this and that and that. But my mindset was like, I don't want to rush you as an artist, because art takes time.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it involves money and time,
Costs money.
right? So you have to like deliver on
Yeah.
time, you know?
Yeah.
But at least now, but that's me as a client. But me as a supplier, yeah, let me know the deadline and then I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? But don't rush me. Because like skin retouching, editing, coloring, everything, of course it takes time. And you're not my only client.
Yeah.
There's other clients lined up. But again, as a supplier, you have to tell them.
Yeah, I think as long as you
Right?
communicate
So
well
they
with them.
understand why it takes a week or two to do something else. I mean, to send the deliverables.
Yeah.
But for example, like working with big brands is also nice, because they already know the process. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Because they've done it 1,000
Oh yeah,
times,
for
right?
sure. That's why I like working with them.
Mm.
Easier,
So do you ever
faster.
find like struggle working with like new designer, like up and coming brands, because maybe this is their first shoot, right?
If they don't do the research for their own,
Mm.
that's when it comes
But
a
it's
bit
tough to
difficult.
find that information, right? Like even we've had experiences, like working with first time clients
Yeah.
who, they don't really understand the costs associated with producing images. Like
Yeah.
models are expensive, photographers are expensive, hair and makeup artists, stylists, all that team is not cheap. So it's sometimes like a shock value, but it's tough because there really isn't that much information out there about like,
Yeah.
okay, you just launched your brand. Now what do? What do you need? You need
Yeah.
this team. You need to create this story, and this is what the shooting is going to look like.
I
So
think
like,
that's the time you become nice and you
Mm.
share your suppliers to them. But
You
don't
outsource?
share a lot. Because I did before, man. But sometimes if the client is really nice, I would like make things like easier for them to help the brand.
Yeah.
You help the brand, they help you as a creative again. They book you again, something like that. It's all personal and like it's creating a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Because now it has become personal,
Oh, this industry is so like
Right.
relationship based.
right?
Huge.
It's like it doesn't matter if you're like good. I mean, it still matters if you're good or whatever.
To an extent. But I think it's very political now, which
Yes, political, personal relationship,
Yeah.
something like that. Which is okay, whatever. And that's like business, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think everything's political anyway. But I'm not political.
So like what's one thing you want to see change from the standpoint as like a photographer, like within this dynamic of this industry? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like things being political or could be anything.
Yeah. Maybe this has been a topic several times already.
Mm.
The rates, like how you rate yourself as I mean the price.
Yeah.
Not like rate yourself.
Yeah.
The prices. Because you have like a certain like a rate / price for your photography, but sometimes to get the job you need to lower, and then when the price is lower, the value also decreases. You know what I
Okay, so
mean?
how do we protect this? Because
I don't know, because it's your own thing. You lower
well, the thing
your
is, somebody's
rate,
always gonna undercut, right? Because
but you can never undercut all the time because
It's true.
right? Because you're paying manpower,
Mm.
your skills that you've like acquired several years. You're only gonna sell it for this price.
Mm.
Maybe if you really need that money, okay, undercut, right?
Mm.
Like put your rate lower so you can
Secure the booking.
secure the booking, but not me.
Mm.
Maybe on my end, what I need to do, so I need to think about that lower rate with other suppliers is like just do my best,
Mm.
show the pictures that they need.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like on my Instagram, on my portfolio, show them what they're gonna get if they're gonna book me, because I can never control the rate of the other photographers if they are lower.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess the best thing to do is show your output. This is what you're gonna get if you book me, but I cannot lower my rate for you. If you don't have the budget now, maybe we can work sometime in the future. I don't mind, right?
Okay, so then what's one thing like you really love about working in the creative arts right now? Like the polar opposite of, rate control or rate protection. Yeah, like what's the high point, the positive for working here? Like, so the negative is, rate control is hard, or making clients understand value may be difficult. Like what's the thing that is the best for you right now working as a creative?
The best thing is the image you create after all these like meetings and like all these stuff happening. It's still the most important thing.
So do you value the end result more than the journey getting there?
The journey is the fun one,
Mm.
and the output is the best,
Mm.
because That's why for Friend, the tagline is chaos and cheers. Because before all these like celebrations, there were all like basically the chaos that happened
Yeah.
like behind the scenes or internally. Like the bags weren't made only like one sample. The bags were made like 6 samples before we got to like the main like the best sample. And it's a minimal bag, like it's a minimalist bag. And then you had to sample 6 times to get the simplest. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's like also like where you learn like stuff that it's not all easy, even if it's the simplest like thing in the world. So I guess that's the best part. And also like if you enjoy, like for me, I told you, if I still get nervous,
What do you enjoy more, working as a brand owner, like, you know,
I
creating
like
new
the-
designs for Fran, or do you
Yeah.
like working as a photographer?
as a photographer, I think no, I think
You
I
can only
like
pick one.
both.
Yeah, but if you had to pick
Oh,
one,
of
like,
course, my photography,
Mm.
because that's what I really like. You know what I mean? Talking to people, collaborating, creating with people. Actually, I think that's the best thing.
Would you
Yes.
ever open up Fran to, you know, maybe do collaborations with other artists? Like, it could be
Oh, yeah.
like a painter or graphic
Yeah, I
designer.
think
like,
I've had like several people tell me about it. It's just like I need more time because as a creative, you know, like you really think about it. Even if that's the best for the brand, sometimes you overthink, which is also nice for me. I'm an overthinker, so I think that's what creates your brand also, like yourself, because
Yeah.
that's your brand anyway, right? But also, like for example, for Friend, since I'm doing it alone now, people see the potential that it could be something else, so they tap you, like they message you or like they talk
They
to you.
see the
like,
growth and they want to.
basically they see the potential that it could be bigger. Because right now I'm enjoying what I do, like designing the bags, selling the bags. That's what I really like enjoying if I sell the bags. Not for the money, but because like, oh, the person liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think because I like talking to people, so basically selling is also talking to people.
Yeah, it's a lot of communication.
Trying to
Right?
let them know why do you wanna sell the bag? Like why do you wanna have this bag? Something like that. Same as like photography. After creating the final image, is it gonna sell? You don't know yet. That's why you have other creatives to do it for you, because you can't like just do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, no man is an island. But I want to work alone. Just kidding.
So where do you see I want to still say I'm Friend.
Yeah.
Like, where do you see this brand kind of going now to who knows? Like, are you really looking to kind of drive growth, you know, create more products, reach a broader audience, or do you really want to like stick
I
to
want like a broader audience, like abroad. Let's say maybe Thailand. I want it to be here in Thailand or
Oh, it would do so
Australia,
well.
Hawaii, maybe in the States, New York. Like I want to sell it to people who would actually like wear it. You know, like the tote bag community.
Yeah.
I made it for creatives, but it's for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, even
Right?
the blue bag, like if I just go out for dinner and drinks, it's perfect. I could just throw it over my shoulder. I have more than enough space to put
Right?
all of my stuff in there, and it's
And also I have fun. Like, you know, the names of the bag. We have the tour tote, which is the biggest bag because you tour the world. You have the work tote, which is the medium because it's for every day because you're just working. And then that's the tool bag because it's inspired by a tool bag. And this one is the errand tote. This new one is the errand tote because you just need to fucking grab it, go to the market, errand, right? And then
Okay.
it's open, so you can just put all the stuff that you bought from the market and stuff. I want to make more bags, but I'm enjoying my shirts right now.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, like the shirts last time we saw each other,
Yeah.
I think this was like just a sample and it was the white colorway, remember?
We were fitting it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, do you enjoy the process of making like
I do, because I'm not a designer.
Mm.
But like I like making clothes, and I don't know the technicalities of it. I only see the visual of it. So it's nice to know because you learn from it. For example, like some shirts are not really structured.
Mhm.
So there's a certain pattern for it, something like that. And I have like my designer friends to help me with it. And they're like really nice. It's not a competition. Like it's just like they're just helping out the friend, you know what I mean? And I get to travel. Like this fabric is from Thailand.
Yeah.
And then I brought it to Manila. I had it manufactured there. So it's still local. But there's like a taste of Thailand. You know what I mean?
Do you see expanding the clothing line, like the ready to wear stuff, more to, you know, other garments like pants
Yes.
or dresses, jackets,
I actually had
coats?
like shorts and pants made already,
Mm.
but I'm very like particular with like I'm all about like the vibe of the whole collection, you know, because I want to see it at the beach. I want to see it in the city. Like if you're like a skater, I want to see you wear it and you're still comfortable like skating, like wearing it. I mean,
Andre, thank you so much
you,
for giving me your time. We'll link all of your stuff, friend Andre's socials will all be in the bio. But that's it. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.